Hey, it's David here. Welcome back to another 5-Minute Friday, where we're going to go through all the interesting news from the last week or so related to veganism and animal rights, packed into a little 5-minute package just for you to get super updated super quickly with all the most important stuff going on so that you know what's going on and you can do something about it. This week, I've got to be honest with you, you might have already been able to tell my energy is a little bit low because I've had a bit of a tough couple of days. This morning, we took a local dog that a local street dog, like let's say a village dog that we have lived with basically for the last 3 months. We took him to the vets and they admitted him, and he's going to be in the vets for a few weeks, and we are actually going to be leaving India. Fingers crossed we're going to be leaving India on Saturday if the flight doesn't get cancelled, which means that would be the last time we see him was this morning, and it's a really sad thing. We left him in the shelter where they're going to care for him until he's better, and yeah, so I'm feeling a little bit emotional, a little bit sensitive, so just bear with me with this week's 5-Minute Friday. May not be as fiery or fast as usual, maybe a little bit more than 5 minutes, but I hope you can understand my position, and I hope you still watch the video. I hope you still enjoyed the video. We've got some very, very interesting news this week, so let's not waste any time. Let's jump straight into the video. But before we do, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out, really helps the channel. I also want to say a big welcome and a big thank you to all my new patrons that have joined my Patreon team. I really appreciate it. You make all of this possible. You make my work possible. If you're interested in supporting me, please do check out my Patreon. It's patreon.com/David Rams. Let's put those 5 minutes on the clock and let's jump into this week's 5-Minute Friday. A group of activists with Mumbai Animal Save went and did a food drive to give food to the underprivileged communities in the area in India. It's always amazing when groups do this because they can achieve multiple things in one event. So obviously it's good for the animals because they're giving out vegan food and educating people on animal rights, veganism, plant-based foods, and they're helping people who may not even be able to have a hot meal that day to have a hot meal. The activists actually gave out 2 weeks worth of staple food, including 5 kilograms of wheat flour with 3.5 kilograms of vegetables, and it was given to more than 40 families. It is something that you can do as well in your community. There are homeless people all over the world, and we can just get out on the streets and give them vegan food, plant-based food. It's a really positive thing to do, and it makes people happy, and of course, it really does help raise awareness for the plant-based diet and of veganism when you talk about it whilst you give them the food. Now over to Japan, and with the Western perception of Asia right now, because of the situation that we're all in, I'm gonna guess that most people don't really know whether veganism is big in somewhere like Japan. Well, I'm here to tell you, it actually is. There was a study done that suggested that it had doubled from 1% in 2017, that's 1% of the population of Japan in 2017, to 2.1% in 2019. If that's true, 2.1% of the population of Japan is vegan or identifies as vegan, that's huge, that's really cool. It's statistics like this that are really important to show us that veganism, and to show the world that veganism is not just something that is only happening in the West, it is happening all over the world. And we really need to speak about this more. Numerous supermarkets in the UK have dropped a goat milk supplier after an expose video has emerged showing cruelty happening in the farms. One of the greatest barriers holding back mass amounts of people from going vegan is this humane lie, the idea that we can use animal products humanely. It's also known as humane washing, like instead of brainwashing. And it's this belief that, if it can be done well, then animal products can be good. Whereas obviously we all know that animal products can never be humane, it can never be done humanely. Can't kill and use animals for profit with compassion. It's an oxymoron. This has now been revealed in the UK with the company St Helens. St Helens goat farms have been exposed where they found workers with undercover cameras. They found workers hitting and kicking goats, strangling goats, like gripping them by the throat, and numerous other abusive behaviors that were being done to these goats were seen on these undercover cameras with this undercover footage. Tesco, Waitrose and Booths definitely did the right thing, but imagine if they actually were consistent with being against animal cruelty and they just got rid of all animal products from the supermarkets. That's what the right thing to do is, right? Imagine that world. The link to this footage and this story is in the comments, and there is also a petition you can sign which is demanding that St Helens gives all of its goats to a sanctuary and transitions into oat farming as an alternative. So please do get in the comments. It's on there in the pinned comment. You can get that story and you can sign that petition right now. That's what you can do about this. Sticking with supermarkets, 25,000 stores around the world, including many and most of the big ones in the UK, have vowed to stop using coconut products that come from Thailand, specifically products that have come from monkey labor. There are many forgotten animal victims victims in our non-vegan world, and these monkeys have absolutely been one of the forgotten victims that no one has really been talking about. So it's great that they are now getting the attention and the exposure they deserve. Peter has done an expose on these Thai farms that have been using monkeys to get coconuts. So they enslave the monkeys, treat them really badly, force them to do like forced labor. They do this to get coconut milk, coconut oil, and coconut products, and most supermarkets have been using products in Thailand that have come from this monkey labor. Is it not hypocritical to have a problem with using monkeys for labor, but to be totally fine with using cows for labor? Because that's what the dairy industry does. They use the cows for milk, literally use their bodies for milk. They're using the monkeys' bodies for coconut milk. Should these supermarkets not go completely consistent and get rid of all milk products then, or all products that come from the labor of animals, like for example animals that die? I mean, is that not labor, that animals die for their flesh to be put on the supermarket shelves? Does that not count as labor? A bit of a strange thing. I'm happy they've done it, but it's a little bit strange, don't you think, to pick out monkey labor as a problem but not pick out all the other animals that are abused and forced into labor for all those other products. Back to the monkeys though, you can help these monkeys by going to the PETA website. The link again is in the comments, you can check it out. It takes you straight to a page where you can have a ready-made email that PETA has got ready for you. You put your name and address in and that's it, and it sends it to the Thai companies that are using monkeys. So you can directly ask them to stop using monkeys, and it's as simple as a few clicks. So please do that. DXE did a very daring event recently. They followed a slaughterhouse truck for 8 hours to show the distance and what these animals go through from the farm to the slaughterhouse. This is an incredible action because often we mention how long animals are spending in these transport trucks. It's really hard to imagine without seeing it. And DXE went live. They did a live stream for this, an 8-hour live stream that really hits home just how tough the life must be for these animals and how horrific it must be for them to be traveling in these heats for 8 hours in those conditions in those trucks. It's absolutely disgraceful. The activists were in a car covered in fake blood, literally just trailing this truck for 8 hours for the entire time from the farm to the slaughterhouse. It raised awareness, it's got media attention, it was a great action, and it really did bring attention to this. And again, there is something you can do to help. Please go in the comments, there is a link right there which allows you to sign up to join the campaign that DXE is doing to stop the building of new slaughterhouses. They also hope there will be a complete ban on slaughterhouses and factory farms by 2025, and you can be a part of that. Just get to that link in the comments and go on, put your details in, and you can find out how you can help with that DXE campaign. As always, I'd like to know, was there any news that I missed? Is there anything you'd like me to cover? Let me know in the comments. If you enjoyed this video, please do share it. When you share these videos, it gets out to more people. It really helps the channel, and it obviously helps more people become aware of what's going on within the vegan and animal rights movements. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that notification bell before you leave so you don't miss any more of my videos in the future. Thank you so much for watching. I hope it wasn't too low energy for you. As I said, I'm battling through today. I'm pushing through. If you stuck around to the end, let me know in the comments to tell me, David, I stuck around to the end, so I know you stuck around to the end, and it will make me feel much better about this whole situation to know that you're out there and you support me. So thank you to all of you who are supporting me. I really do appreciate it. And thanks so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video.